Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Create Cinema at Edinburgh College. First of all, we're delighted to have the Cabinet Secretary, Kenny Mcasgill, MSP, with us this evening. The second welcome I would like to make specifically is to Gary Fraser and to Robbie Mackay, the two partners in Wideo who we've been working with on this project for quite some time. And last but by far the most important, I would like to welcome all of the young filmmakers. So, special welcome to Ryan Brown, to Brandon Stewart, to Nicky Corfanti, to Nicholas Haas, to Daniel Morrison, Corin Lane, no booing, applause only, to Hansla Raheel, to Rhys Tams, Connor Dixon, Ian Henderson, Isaac Wood and Lewis Corfanti. This film tonight had a real smack of Hollywood glamour about it. We first started, Gary and I decided to put this project together in the Morrisons at Granton, which is where, as we know from Hollywood, is where all the great films are actually scoped. The role of the college is really just to provide the opportunity for young people. But unless the young people actually get these opportunities, grab it with both hands and embrace it, there's only so much you can do. And I think what you will see tonight is the result of this film project, and you will see for yourselves that these young people really have embraced this opportunity and given it their absolute best shot. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Fraser.
Never had a clue. And I'm looking at it now, and it wasn't that long ago we were up at the Parliament showing Kenny the stuff that we've done for the YMCA, and we got told, you can't swear in the Parliament, you've got to cut it like this and you've got to cut it like that, and Kenny and the financial document. No, we want the part of the swearing, we want the uncut version. So tonight you'll get to see the uncut version. Using film as a platform to take on issues that affect us all. There's no point in bitching throughout the tune about us on the screen and how we make people look bad or whatever. If we can't show them, look, you're underestimating exactly what we do and who we are. You're not consigned to the jail, you're only consigned to drug habits. And the only way you're going to believe this is if somebody like Kenny is saying, look, I believe in these guys. Not some big massive project that gets money and that flung out all the time and money. You can't keep flinging money at a human or a problem. Money doesn't solve everything. It helps, but money doesn't solve everything. What does solve stuff is creating debate and education. And boil it or down, if the two films behind me were absolute shit, it doesn't make any difference. It's the fact that you'll walk away and you'll think twice before taking, you'll think twice before carrying a blade. I don't know any of you that carry a blade. But that's pretty much an exception to the rule we come from. You know that yourself. I think there's a pretty much doubt now when you go into your own relationships and you grow, because you were younger when I got you, a lot younger. So now that you are growing older, probably the way you treat females, I've got daughters, so I want you to treat a female the way you would treat my daughter. And I think that's what we take on, these type of subjects. And we all know what's happening around us in the schemes and stuff like that. But yous aren't just a wee tiny group in the schemes. How many people, if we had the platform to do this, would be actually joining us in doing it? What yous have got is a chance not to be like brothers, not to be like uncles. And they call it breaking the cycle or something like that, breaking the cycle. I just call it being human. I treat you as the same way that I want my laddie to be treated. And I would see myself as a youth worker, I'd see myself as a filmmaker who works with youth. That's not what I see myself as. I just see myself Gary, who works with Brandon, who works with Lewis, who works with every one of yous. And every one of yous I can look you in the eye and say, I have tried my best to make sure that yous will never ever have the same life that I had. And as long as that ladder's there, there's hope and there's chance that we're not consigned and kept and buckled into a council scheme, that's a small part of your life. The bigger part of your life is being able to reach your potential. It's been able to go to college and do the stuff that you want to do. It's been able to go into your own community and open up the music thing that you want to open up. It's been able to go to acting school. Do you know what I mean? Art isn't exclusive. Art is for everybody. And that's the reason that, sorry to offend you for the swearing tonight or whatever you see in front of you, but with art, you can't hide away from it. It's got to be full fun. Nothing is deliberately set out to shock any of you. Nothing's deliberately set out to do that. All it is a plain, driven look at our society and what we live in on a daily basis.
How did you even get cancer?
I'm not got for no fucking medication.
Fucking do it.
No, I'm wanting for too many people. What is it, Alex?
I hate when you do that.
Well, where we gonna get the money?
Mum doesn't like it.
You still got an accent enough here, eh?
Nah, Glasgow, mate.
Aye, Glasgow, you're still to fuck them, mate. You're not getting anything off me for Glasgow, but what's happening, mate?
Who's up to fucking...
Just selling, mate, just selling, eh?
Killed the blue one, his fucking brother under in the back.
heavy pulse and that going about, eh?
Fucking aye, Marcus fucking... It was Andy, that rice brother, he pulled out a fucking blade.
What have you done, you wee fanny?
Phone a fucking ambulance, someone!
What have you done?
Must have run out of credit.
How can you even run out of credit? I put his canteen money in last week.
The fuck you doing? Give me the fucking remote now. Sarah! Where's my dinner? Yeah, that's 2 bags here. You better fucking have that money, bro. Yeah, usual spot, yeah? Well, fucking didn't fucking be smart to meet me shit, eh?
The bottom straight up being a diamond rough flow. So suddenly I'm on it. How much you want? 100. This fucking ball bag's up there. Doing gear for her house, and he scoped me 2 years a bit. As far as Andy's concerned, I've not seen either of the threes.
Where's my shit right now?
Why are you asking me? I didn't...
You wee shit. I swear to fuck, I'm gonna murder you.
Oh, I can't even look at that. Fuck's sake. I'll tidy up soon anyway.
Connor!
One check. It's living with his pals.
Right, that wee fucking cunt's not even in this room. Where's my shit right now?
Why are you asking me? I didn't
Where
get
the fuck is
into
it? Because I'm not joking, I swear. I'm gonna fucking hit you if I don't find it
Well,
now,
it's
I
not
swear.
there. It wasn't my fault.
Right,
Please,
it's
you
not
blame me for
anywhere, right?
everything.
My weed's not there, my
Well, he's
fucking
obviously
wallet's
away
not
with his
there.
pals. He's
Yeah, guess what? Shut the fuck up, alright?
Stop it, please. Just leave me alone.
Shut the fuck up, alright?
Please.
Where the fuck is
It's
my
not my
shit?
fault.
Where the fuck is my wallet?
Please.
Where the fuck is my
Stop it,
wallet?
please. Just get off me.
Where the
please.
fuck's my
Get
shit?
off me.
Yeah?
It's not my fault.
Fucking
Just
stupid
fuck off.
cow.
I hate you.
Where the fuck's my shit?
I hate you so much.
Get now!
You've ruined my fucking life.
Disgust me.
If I leave you, gonna do it semi-automatically. Do you blame me?
Beautiful innocence, I'm such a tainted fool. Too intelligent for ignorance, too dumb to stay in school. Another butterfly, butterfly, roll me a kiss. Cause only road with football truly know what it is. As far as I'm concerned, the rest we cut a gun to me and shoot. But you're the only person that it hurts to be with. Reality's a razor blade that cuts through my bare face.
Hello?
I want you on hand, but I want to come home. Is that little shit in the fucking phone? Pass that fucking phone now.
Fuck off.
Hello? See you wee shit. I swear to fuck, I'm gonna murder you. If you don't get my money back right now, I swear to God. Nah, fuck off.
Please.
Fuck off now. I swear. I'm not playing about this time, alright? I swear. Who the fuck's at the door this time?
Cabinet Secretary, we know you're passionate about providing opportunities for children and young people in Scotland because of your work with the CashBack for Communities programme. Can you tell us a wee bit more about the CashBack and what your motivation was for setting it up?
Basic motivation is to allow people the opportunity to achieve their full potential, to try things they might not otherwise get the opportunity, whether it's music or drama, sport or whatever. There's something there for every young person, and it's about just giving them the opportunity to try.
Can you maybe explain a wee bit more about what the programme is about, in the sense of how it's actually using funds from crime to plough it back into projects for greater good, please?
Well, money's taken from those who are involved in criminal offending. We pour it back into communities. A lot of it goes through various organisations, Scottish Rugby Union, Scottish Football Association, basketball, boxing. Equally, we're conscious that it's not just sport. That's why there's money for creative works, as we've seen, such as today, but dealt with elsewhere, dance or whatever. Some of it also goes into youth opportunities, those who are on the cusp of offending or are offending. We work with Scottish Power, we're looking to expand that, just to give people the opportunity to, achieve, try something, and indeed change their life and turn it around, and that's what we want to do. Well, there's a variety of ways of bidding in. We give out the money to organisations. YouthLink, for example, does small grants, are dealt with on a local basis. It's signed off by a panel that includes, I think the majority of young people from across, for example, Lothians, will decide what they think meets the criteria. There'll be other bids that will be dealt with through Creative Scotland, because we give them the money and they then make the decision. So we try to make sure that it's some element of democracy coming through from those who are going to be the recipients. So we work with organisations, especially YouthLink, and allow them to make the choice.
Exactly. I mean, we put money in through CashBack for young people to achieve their potential. Sometimes it's just to have fun. That people need three things. They need self-belief, they need hope, and they need aspiration. And Paul Brannigan's to some extent the embodiment of that. I remember Paul tells the story of being in Pullman, deciding he wasn't going to spend another Christmas away because he was in for quite a stretch. He was going to turn his life about. He concentrated initially on doing SFA coaching badges. He was going to change his life. That gave him some self-esteem, some self-belief. He had to be worked at, because when he was asked to go into the Angel Share, he didn't want to do it. He didn't turn up at the first interview. Paul Laverty had to proceed there. But I think if you've got self-esteem and you believe in yourself, I think if you've got hope that things can get better, I think if you've got aspiration that you want to do that wee bit better, then I think there's the opportunity for everybody. The tragedy in Scotland is a lot of kids don't have self-belief, and if you don't have that, you don't get out, you don't have hope, and you don't aspire, and things go in a downward spiral. So some of this is just about providing that spark. For Paul Brannigan initially, it was football. Ultimately it's become acting. For some it's music, for some it's rap, for some it's drama. There's something there for everybody. You don't need to be an international star, you just need to actually have some belief and try and improve your life. And that's what hopefully CashBack does, as well as just allow people to enjoy themselves.
Is there now more things for the lads that are in Pullmount, to give them hope for when they get out, for opportunities to change their lives?
We've got to get some understanding that there are limits, and therefore what we've got to do is to stop people coming in, recognise the constraints. There are things, especially in education, and deal with it from there. Equally, recognising that the major problems in Scotland remain, alcohol abuse. What's the single biggest reason for young people in Pullman? It's not badness, it's not boredom, it's alcohol. Where a lot of things in the 60s and 70s used to be undertaken are closing. We have to make sure that schools don't just close at 4. In many instances, they're probably the hub of the community, because whether it's the schemes in Glasgow or the schemes in Edinburgh, actually the only facility left in many areas will be the schools. We've got to roll back a legacy of PFI and PPP schools that you can't afford to hire or book into. That's why, as I say, it's about growing from within. And what we try and do, CashBack, for example, is try to make sure that we get some element of continuity. It's not just about coming in and putting things in, it's how do you help grow things from within.
what I'm really interested here is, you know, as somebody who has real difficulty working a video recorder, for you guys to have actually had, what, 12 weeks, 15 weeks, putting this together and finding it, you know, putting the film together and so on. I'm interested in what attracts you to that, because I think you've been in both of them. Is it the filmmaking side of it, is the acting side of it, or you know, what's the buzz in there for you?
Well, at first it was glad to be doing something instead of walking about the streets and doing stuff like that. And then when Gary first met me, I was like totally unconfident. I thought I probably wouldn't be up on this stage right now, to be honest. I never spoke, struggled to get a word out, like with people I didn't know, and then gradually just got used to being there. I didn't think that'd be the case if it was another person, but because Gary's for the same area as me, it was so easier, and it helped me much better. Now that I've got so much, well, not so much confidence, but I've got more confidence than I did. So it's my social skills have helped as well as getting something today, and I just think it's probably one of the best things that's happened around the area.
I've done a HND at college doing television and film, so I was already interested in it. But coming over, I mean, there was so much I learned for just doing the workshops and even trying a bit of acting myself and getting more involved in learning more about music and talking about lyrics and stuff like that with Mog. And I just drew so much from that, do you know what I mean?
Certainly, speaking to Connor, inspired, you know, the inspiration of him managing to keep himself out of bother, brilliant. But just, you know, a little thing like filming, whatever, that you might not necessarily expect somebody in Muirhouse Pilton to get involved in, but I just wonder what your plans are in terms of education, going into schools, for showing films, but also inspiring other people to get involved in it.
But I didn't see why this couldn't be a job for somebody like me. I didn't see why God, like me, Mog, I'm doing the music, me doing the films, and I was doing workshops and doing a tour, a scheme tour. So what we've got is we've got 2 schemes down in London that's run by Plan B, a rapper, a slinger, film director, his social enterprise we've hooked up with. And we've got the same down in Birmingham as well. And this is for me travelling and meeting other people. This is like gun crime. But what we're trying to do is break down the whole barriers, is to create diversity, personified probably, where you've got guys coming up from Birmingham that are used to be involved in gun crime. Now we're running a social enterprise and they teach boxing, which is, I don't teach boxing, but we've all got the exact same thing. If we didn't stand up, I stood at the Edinburgh Film Festival just there, and there was 13 guys on stage, and I was one of them. Every one of us run a social enterprise. Of course it's stupid to drink under 18, but drink sensibly. How do you drink sensibly? You go and look at Germany and Spain and stuff like that, you learn how to drink, you learn your diet. We've not got that, we've got a chip shop, a bookie, and an Asian shop that sells lockback knives. Now if your council scheme's designed like that, you've got to think outside the box. It's not until you go to Bergen, and it's not until you go to Berlin, or it's not until you go to Leipzig and you say, I don't know, not everybody's on methadone, or not everybody's on this isn't normal with us today, so why is it like this? So we're constantly surveilled and we're constantly not oppressed, but nobody really knows what to do to break it. I'm not like, being political, but since Thatcher basically destroyed us, there's nothing there. So what do? Necessity is where we invent this thing, and this is where I believe, for me personally, this is where I believe that art is such a strong thing, like what Paul does with SFA, I know Paul as well. And I think it's brilliant that Paul's got a BAFTA. I think it's brilliant that I've got a BAFTA, because it means to say, how can he not get a BAFTA in a couple of years? How can he not get a BAFTA? And this is for me is where I see it as, I didn't want to move into London to make films. I didn't see why I have to go and move away, and I also didn't see why I have to move to Clermiston. Like, it was a quite shite scheme, but it's my scheme. But why should I move to Morningside? Because the problem's still going to be there. I want my wee boy to be able to grow up in a scheme and understand not just the difference between right and wrong, but his friends understand why they shouldn't hit somebody's window with stains. It becomes almost like you're passing on the responsibility, but you're keeping it as well, if you know what I mean. Like, we get away with so much stuff in council schemes that BBC, Channel 4, a full production company couldn't get away with. But we make content that would just as happily sit on Channel 4 and film. So this scheme tour thing that we've got, this is the mad plan that we've come up with. Basically, I want to travel and do these workshops, and especially areas of multiple deprivation. Like, I feel so horrible as an artist that somewhere like Blantyre, with such a high knife crime, and I know that I can make a difference with doing a short film on that. I know in my heart, because I was looked up from a young age. It's well documented, I was the youngest person in Scotland looked up, so I'd done all that, so I didn't have to really do that much jail sentences. I already knew what being looked up is and institutionalised at a young age. These guys didn't have to do that, and I have to obviously lead by example as a positive male role model, like what Paul does in Glasgow, like what he does himself as well, like what Mog does. So that's what we can do, is stand up and say, look, this has got to stop somewhere. We've got to stop dying. Like really, we're dying. I mean, like, as you know, and you know, we are dying in these schemes. But we're not dying through just alcohol abuse, we're dying through ignorance. Because nobody's shown us any different.
Your biggest problem is trying to get people to stop denying that you exist.
Yes. Nobody in my community, and I mean including Cammy in this as well, nobody in my community actually knows how to fight. They didn't know how to take control because they've never been shown. It's like the bear at the zoo. When that gate's open, the bear's not going to run for the gate because he's been caged for that long. It takes people like us to start opening the gates and letting us out. Let the freedom, like you can literally hear the freedom of my speech. You can let us out, let us do stuff, let us be the next engineers, let us be the next app developers, let us be the next rappers. Like, how come when you say Scottish rap, people cringe? Do you know what I mean? The guy sitting in front of us is like a legend. But it's so compressed to council schemes that nobody understands that there's even a culture there. So, a Wideo is somebody who goes to college and manages to learn the difference between right and wrong so they can raise their own parents. And if we can keep going like this, the public value in it, like 1.3 million outside the college in 3 years, that's shocking. So like what Kenny says about peer pressure won't make any difference because being hard in this world with your fist doesn't make you the brainiest person in the room. That only matters in a small, tiny, tiny world. But if you start marginalising them, instead of everybody being marginalised for these communities, if you start marginalising them people, the same people who are leaders in peer pressure for the wrong stuff, their thoughts become insignificant. And that means Brandon is more likely to come and meet and make a film than what it is away with somebody else to go and sell coke. Do you know what I mean? That is a pure difference, and that is what we run as a social enterprise. That is a difference, that is making a difference. And hopefully we can just keep continuing the way we're doing and getting paid obviously.
Your biggest problem is trying to get people to stop denying that you exist.
Yes.
Just a few quick thank yous from me. First of all, to all the Edinburgh College staff who have supported tonight's event, and a special thank you to Diane Gordon. I'd obviously like to thank Gary and Robbie for all the work that they have done with the filmmakers in the last year, so thanks for that. Kenny, thank you very much indeed for coming along tonight and engaging so positively with the young people earlier on and with the wider audience tonight. And above all, my main thanks is to the young filmmakers tonight, so I think one more round of applause for them. And final thanks is to all of you guys for being such a great audience, for supporting the young people so well tonight, for engaging so well in the question and answer session. Thanks for supporting Edinburgh College as well. Have a safe journey home. Good night.